The competition for the ultimate high-resolution sensor has just taken a turn that Sony and Canon likely didn't see coming. While much of the industry was distracted by the race for stacked sensor speed, Nikon has been quietly engineering a massive resolution breakthrough. Today, we are deep diving into the leaked architecture of the upcoming Nikon Z7 III. We are looking at a potential sensor range of 67 to 90 megapixels, the integration of red cinema color science, and a processing engine designed to finally bridge the gap between medium format quality and mirrorless agility. Stick around, because by the end of this breakdown, you'll understand exactly why your current gear might feel obsolete by the end of the year. The photography world is currently in a state of high-speed obsession. Every flagship release lately is focused on frames per second, stacked sensors, and blackout-free viewfinders. However, there is a massive segment of the professional market, landscape photographers, commercial architects, and high-end portrait artists, who don't prioritize shooting 120 frames per second. They care about base ISO, tonal gradation in a sunset, and having enough resolution to crop 50% into a frame while maintaining gallery quality detail. This is the realm where the Nikon Z7 III is destined to rule. Let's look at the heart of the machine, the sensor. Current leaks suggest a massive shift from the 45.7 megapixel sensor we've seen for years. Two primary possibilities have the industry buzzing. The first is a 67 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor, likely sourced from a partnership involving Tower Jazz or custom Sony silicon. However, the more disruptive rumors point toward a staggering 90 megapixel super pixel architecture. Why does this matter? Nikon is reportedly implementing cross-pixel packing technology. This would allow the camera to shoot at ultra-high resolution and bright light, but effectively bend those pixels in low light to maintain the incredible signal-to-noise ratio Nikon is known for. For professionals working in challenging architectural or studio environments, this means the Z7 III could potentially replace the need for a medium format system. You get the resolution of medium format combined with the speed and lens selection of the Z-mount. But resolution without processing power is a bottleneck. The Z7 III is expected to house the Expeed 7 processor, the same brain found in the flagship Z9 and Z8. This is a critical upgrade. The previous Z7 II used dual Expeed 6 processors, which were capable but struggled with complex subject tracking. By moving to the Expeed 7, the Z7 III will inherit flagship AI-driven autofocus. We're talking about dedicated algorithms for birds, planes, cars, and, most importantly for portrait pros, the stickiest a detection Nikon has ever produced. Imagine shooting a high-fashion editorial where the model is moving fluidly. With the Z7 III, you're getting 90 megapixels of data with an autofocus system that doesn't miss a single eyelash. Now, let's address the red elephant in the room. Since Nikon's acquisition of Red Digital Cinema, the industry has been waiting to see that DNA in a Z-series body. The Z7 III is rumored to be the first high-res hybrid to truly benefit from this. While the Z8 serves as a mini Z9 for speed, the Z7 III is being positioned as a cinema stills powerhouse. We are expecting internal 8K recording at 30 or even 60 frames per second. But the real game changer is the 10-bit and 12-bit in-RAW integration. For the premium content creator, this means having red-tier color science in a body that fits in a standard backpack. One of the most requested features for the Z7 III has been a better physical interface for high and low-angle shooting. Rumors suggest Nikon is moving away from the simple tilting screen and adopting the 4-axis multi-angle LCD found on the Z8. This is a massive win for landscape photographers who often shoot in vertical orientation on a tripod. Combine that with an EVF expected to hit 4,000 nits of brightness, making it as clear as an optical viewfinder even in the midday sun, and you have a tool built for the elements. Speaking of the elements, the build quality of the Z7 III is expected to remain Nikon tough. While it will likely be smaller and lighter than the Z8, the weather sealing is reportedly being stepped up to match the D850 standard. For travel photographers, this is the Goldilocks camera. Enough resolution for National Geographic, but small enough to avoid a chiropractor visit after a day of hiking in the Alps. There is one more pro feature that hasn't been talked about enough: pixel shift. While the Z7 II lacked a dedicated high-res shot mode, the Z7 III is rumored to feature an advanced 240-megapixel pixel shift mode with motion compensation. For heritage archives, art reproduction, and product photography, this feature alone justifies the upgrade. It uses the IBIS, now rumored to provide up to 8 stops of stabilization, to micro-shift the sensor, capturing full color information at every pixel site. So, when can we actually buy it? The consensus among industry insiders points toward a late 2025 or early Q1 2026 announcement. Nikon has historically been careful not to cannibalize Z8 sales, but now that the Z8 has matured, there's a clear resolution-shaped hole in the lineup. As for the price, expect it to land in the $3,000 to $3,500 range. It's a premium price point, but for a tool that can theoretically outperform a $6,000 medium format body, the value proposition for a working professional is undeniable. Nikon is clearly no longer playing catch-up. They're setting the pace. The Z7 III represents a shift back to what made Nikon a legend: uncompromising image quality. Whether you're a landscape veteran or a commercial filmmaker, this camera is shaping up to be a defining piece of kit for the next 5 years. We'll be tracking every firmware update and leaked image as they arrive, so make sure your notifications are on. Thank you for following along, as we value your time and your craft.